go play action here on first down. Finding time. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. Back onto the field comes the Chicago Bears offense, and you start to look at their running back situation, Charles. Last week, week 7, 10 carries, 48 yards for Kadeem Carey. He outtouched Jordan Howard. You also have Jeremy Langford going to get back into the mix soon. Could be a three-headed monster.
And normally when you have three backs of this caliber, you tend to define them three different ways. This guy does this guy does that. But in this case, all three of them are high-volume ball carriers. They get better as the game goes on. Let's see if this rotation gets cut down a bit as they move forward.
And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up third down. And we'll take a look quickly at the San Diego defense.
I've always loved Brandon Mebane. From the time I watched him play in college through many, many productive years in the NFL, one of the best defensive tackles in the game.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. They snap it at 1. Now it's Cutler. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Now the Bears' 6th-round pick in 2014, Pat O'Donnell on to punt. On the return, it's McCluster. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. The starting lineup for the Chargers of San Diego. Who are we discussing out of this unit, Charles?
A big guy out of Arkansas. Their tight end, a 2nd-round pick, Hunter Henry. Many people had a 1st-round grade on him. Thought he's the best tight end coming out of the draft. Has the ability to get down the middle of the field, get into the seams, and knows how to find dead space against the defense and create plays.
Defensively, the starters for Chicago, and they feel like they've got a big-time disruptor in Leonard Floyd from Georgia.
And when the draft process began, there was a mixed bag of opinions about Leonard Floyd. But as time went on and he tested and people saw him work out and they saw the sheer athleticism, people realized they better move fast to get him, and the Bears did, moving up in the 1st round to number 9 to pluck him. Well, the advantage certainly shifted to the defense as we began that 3rd down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a 1st down.
3rd time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on 3rd, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
On 1st and 10, Rivers. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Gordon had 3 touchdowns in week 7, 2 on the ground, 1 through the air. And that's 10 now on the season for him, Charles. He didn't have any last year, remember.
We're seeing the Melvin Gordon that they drafted in 2015. And what we're seeing is the total game of Melvin Gordon. He got touchdowns running the ball. He caught the ball for another touchdown. He's doing very well in the new style of offense in San Diego.
And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Throwing here, Cutler. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Cutler. Caught right side, it's Jeffrey. Week 7 was not that great for Alshon Jeffrey, a season low in receptions with 3 and a season low in yards, 33.
But he does have what may be a season high in the number of quarterbacks he's played with already this year,
that's
right?
True.
Jay Cutler, Brian Hoyer, Matt Barkley against the Green Bay Packers. So trying to find a rhythm with any of these quarterbacks, it has to be difficult for him.
3rd down and 3. They come out here in the eye. They isolate Jeffrey to the left side. Cutler will throw. Gonna look deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Chicago. Marquise Wilson, 73 yards. And the Bears have taken the early lead. That was a nice little setup there off play action for the long touchdown pass.
Yeah, I've got to tell you, it brings back bad memories for a guy like me as a former defensive back, because in a playbook I knew a long time ago, we described that play pattern as draw pass 9 go, meaning fly pattern after the play action pass, trying to hit him for the deep ball, and boy, were they successful on that one. So tough because his speed is so great, you've got to make sure you don't miss any cues or keys in order to try and keep up with him.
Draw pass 9 go. That's still a nightmare to this day.
Yeah, I still wake up in the middle of the night and feel the guy going past me.
After the touchdown, Barth now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. And wow, now we've got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
Ready. Lock the team.
Now a 2nd down throw for Rivers. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. And Tyrell Williams, not a household name, but he's starting to come onto the scene. 2 weeks ago, he had a 100-yard game against the Raiders. And in Week 7, 140 yards against the Falcons.
Just another average day in the NFL for an undrafted free agent from Western Oregon. How about how he's stepping up and filling the breach left by the injury of Keenan Allen?
Rivers from the gun on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. Dontrell Inman, the intended target. And that'll bring up a 4th down.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
NFL teams last year a little under 50% on 4th down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4. Now Rivers. Inman able to bring it in. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
And they pick up the first down on a fourth down play. I don't know if the defense relaxed because they thought maybe they'd stopped them on third down or if they just didn't protect the sticks very well. But, boy, that's a big-time pickup right there.
It's hauled in here by Edmond. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 17 that time. And that'll be good for a San Diego first down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
They come up in an offset eye. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now fourth down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
Oh, what a move. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. They've got a second down and 8 to start things out. On second down, Cutler. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. Third down here. And if they want to keep this drive alive, they'll need 8 yards here on third down. On third down, Cutler. And Jeffrey's got it. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Wow, I can't help it. When I see Jay Cutler throw the football and throw one like that with a big completion, I can't help but be impressed.
His arm strength, such an asset, huh?
It really is, because it gets him in trouble sometimes, but I think it gets him out of trouble more often than that.
And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. Second and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
On second down, here's Cutler. And that is incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Now it's Cutler. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Kadeem carrying the target out of the backfield, and it's 4th down. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. And now San Diego getting set to go. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play. Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. I always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage. Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
As a guy carrying the ball, your eyes are going to direct your feet, and you're hoping they carry you to the open spaces. But it's awfully difficult at times because you have so many things you have to look out for. Where's the line blocking? Where's the traffic coming from? Tough to find open spots.
One man on the backfield is Gordon. Rivers now. Henry's got it out on the left side. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And the 2-minute warning lurking. This will probably be the last play before we hit it.
Yeah, they want to get themselves in position to score in this last shot before the clock hits.
So a pause here for us as well. Time to pay some bills. We'll come back to San Diego after this timeout. Two yards to go here on 3rd down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Defense showing blitz. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
3rd and 2, and they ran the ball for only 1 yard, and everybody's going to scream at the offense. Well, let's give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. Defensive front out leveraged the offensive line. They got more people to the football. Yeah, they won that battle in a big way, and they're forcing a big decision now by the guys on offense.
So in the red zone.